Hey everyone, I'm Sid the Casual Gamer. Welcome back to another video. My channel is 6 years old. It's really like it feels like it's already six, and it feels like it is only six because, dude, the more and more that I make YouTube videos, the more I realize I have no idea what I'm doing, especially like right now, because if some of you might know, I've been working DoorDash, and what happens when you work DoorDash is you have your phone right there, so you can flip on YouTube videos while you work, and it just so happens that some of the YouTube videos that I watch focus around making YouTube videos, YouTube content and what it's like. And it that feeding into your brain really like makes you think, oh, I've never made this before, I've never done this before. And yeah, with the shorts that I've been making, it's crazy. It just shows how much I don't know, and I like that. But all right, my channel's 6 years old. If you're new to this kind of video, I make it every single year. July 2nd is the channel's birthday, and I like to talk about what's changed in a year, because as much as I don't want to admit it when I start something, or I want to say I'm becoming only a blank YouTuber, within a year I'm going to change. Within a year. It happens every time. It's just inevitable. So what's happened this past year? Well, if we think back to what was I doing in June and July of 2020, this channel is completely different. I was running my Siege team. I was doing the Siege stuff, trying out tournaments and stuff, and trying it for a team and all that. So I was exclusively making Rainbow Six Siege content. And in fact, when I wasn't working, because I was still doing video editing at the time, when I wasn't working, I was also only playing Siege, right? So I was making Siege videos, and I was only playing Siege, and that was it. It was an odd time for sure. One of the things that I noticed was that if you wanted to be an esports person in Rainbow Six, a lot of them make content, and I kind of put it together that, hey, if I wanted to be in esports, it's probably important that I make YouTube content, right? Because I'm also playing the game. And well, I took it a step further, which was like, if I just made content, let's just say nonstop content about YouTube Siege YouTuber drama, right? That's not going to be as valuable as if I'm maybe live streaming, or I'm making tutorials and I'm, doing that. So that's why I made a lot of tutorials back then, was because not only did I know, I was like, okay, if I make tutorials, I'm going to play the game more. I'm going to get more experience. But those are easy to search. And I was on this kick of, learning Siege like on a deeper level really was new to me at the time. So I was like, hey guys, this is a new thing to me. I'm going to make videos on literally what I'm learning. So like I would make Goyo shield tutorial spots, and I was learning Goyo as I was making those videos and showing you guys what I discovered, or talking about whatever, attackers, what they need to do, defender roles, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then sometime, I was making Siege videos. And then Call of Duty came out in November. And it was Call of Duty Cold War. And I thought I wouldn't like the game, and I refused to touch it because of Modern Warfare. And my buddy got it, and we played a couple rounds of Zombies, and I was like, you know what? Zombies is really fun. I really like it. And I started getting into the multiplayer of Cold War, and I realized that I enjoyed Call of Duty more than Rainbow Six Siege. And the reason why I enjoyed Siege so much was because I was in my own little bubble in Siege. I did not like playing with other people. And I was in my little bubble in Siege because when I was playing Siege, I have this ability. When I've been playing video games so damn long, it comes when you play a lot of video games, and you're a super nerd. This comes along is like I'm playing Siege, and it's like I don't care if I lose anymore. This is like my 1000th, 2000th, 3000th match that I played, What am I going to do? Lose some ranked elo? I know I'm going to get it back. I know I'm going to get it back. And at that point, I was in this mindset of, I am here. I'm not going to try to rank up to plat or diamond or blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that'll be a byproduct of me sitting here analyzing every single thing I can to see what I can learn. Even if I ace, even if I kill all 5 people, I don't take a shot. I'm going to analyze the shit out of that, figure out what I did wrong. And it was hard. It was impossible to find people like that. I only found one other person that really was on that level with me. And I'm not saying that, the other people I played with were dumb idiots. I'm just saying I was in that mindset. Other people were in different mindsets. We didn't click. And so when Call of Duty came around, I was like, you know what? Call of Duty is easier to train alone, right? Because it's Call of Duty. If you've ever played Call of Duty, there are situations where if you're playing in casual modes, you can dominate by yourself. You can dominate people and practice your skills. And that was appealing to me. I was like, you know what? I can practice this, and I already understand a lot of team dynamics. Let's go. And I'm better on a controller, too, than a mouse, because Siege is played on mouse and keyboard, and Call of Duty Pro League was played on controller. And, I just decided to switch. And it helped, too, because I got COVID, and we can't just move my PC setup into the bedroom because I had to isolate because my girlfriend lives with me. Or more like I live with my girlfriend. But I had to isolate in the bedroom. And moving my PC setup takes at least an hour and a half, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'm stuck. I only have the Xbox, can't play Siege. My team isn't really playing with each other anymore. It was a good time to switch Call of Duty. And I really liked that. I liked playing Call of Duty for the learning of it. And I think if things were a little different, and maybe Devin and I or Forrest got it earlier, or I focused a lot on the camo grind of Call of Duty, and I really think that was not the play. I feel like I should have focused more on esports and learning, because I got Dark Matter, and this happens if you play Call of Duty, you understand this happens. As the game goes on, the camo grind gets easier. So, for instance, I had to use this grenade launcher called the M79 in Cold War. I had to get it Dark Matter, gold. I had to get it gold. I had to do all the challenges. I would say that is the worst gun in the entire game to get gold. And right now, I don't have to get it gold if I wanted to do Dark Matter. In fact, I have the option of the crossbow, the ballistic knife, or the nail gun. And the nail gun, it is possible to get it gold in an hour now instead of 4 hours of hardcore Nuketown. You can play really closer, and it's just easier. So I'm like thinking to myself, why, if I'm going to be esports and Call of Duty, first of all, why am I wasting time on getting gold camos? I'm like, okay, fair point, me. It helps me learn the guns. I'm like, well, why are you using, if you're getting gold, you're going to be using guns that aren't even allowed in Pro League. And I'm like, fair enough. So, and then I kind of tried to think about how to find teams. I still got to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do esports and Call of Duty yet. We'll see. But I was making lots of Call of Duty videos. And that was very special to me, making Call of Duty videos. Because one is I got to experiment with shorts, which I really like making shorts, because if you're a video editor, the greatest limiting factor whenever you make a piece of content is time. And what I mean by that is if someone says, make me a 1-minute video, 60-second video, that's going to really bring out the creativity in you. Because someone can give you all this footage, they can give you every resource possible. And unless they tell you to make a certain video length, the length doesn't matter to you, And the length, I mean, if you're a video editor and you really like, it's going to be as long as it's going to be really long, right? But if you have something like, okay, tell me your thing in a minute, tell me your thing in 45 seconds, 15 seconds, that forces more creativity out of you. And I really like that. I love it. And I'm glad that I experimented with shorts for Call of Duty. The other thing was I made my Call of Duty cutcom videos where I'm playing the game and I'm cutting in, you know, I really like that too because that was one of the first types of videos back way back when I changed my name to I'm Pacific because a bunch of Call of Duty YouTubers at the time, that was like the hot thing, right? Because Call of Duty teams at the time would only take like the best of the best players. And it wasn't like an esports team, it was more quickscoping teams, right? And then FaZe Jev got recruited to FaZe, and they're like, he's a content creator, you know? That's why we got him. And I was like, I want to make that. And it felt really good to start making those videos, just to prove to myself that I can. And then I modded Oblivion. Well, I started playing the Shivered Isles again, which, if you were talking to me, probably the moment that before I hit record, to the moment when I decided to switch to Siege content a couple years ago, I would have never thought I would have gone back to Oblivion. Or Elder Scrolls in general, or content that's not first-person shooters in general. You know, I would have never thought that I would have done that. And I'm glad that I did, because there's something that has changed, you know. I was probably 3 years ago, when the channel was 3 or 2 or something, I was making Skyrim, Elder Scroll, Oblivion. I was making Civilization videos and all sorts of gaming videos. And even though in my mind I was like, this is all done to grow the YouTube channel, right? This is why I'm doing it, is to grow my YouTube channel. Those were all games that I really enjoyed playing, you know? And I was the YouTube videos that I was talking about was stuff that I enjoyed. And instead of going down the route of creativity, I focused on growth and making the same content that was working. And I burned myself out of making that stuff. And it didn't help because as soon as I moved to my girlfriend's house, I have to balance a job and all that. And when you're already burnt out of making videos and you have to balance working at Walmart and all of these new responsibilities, it's difficult. And that's what burned me out of Oblivion and everything. And then I got to Siege and it was this brand new thing. And, you know, I'm glad I switched to Siege. Because even though, you know, I didn't think I'd go back to Oblivion, when I went to Siege and eventually Call of Duty and now back to Oblivion, the focus was more on my own creativity. And I'm starting to, I don't know, shoot. Now, you know, channel's 6 years old. I haven't exploded, which I think is actually kind of a cool story, you know, because some of you know I did martial arts for a long time, did for 12 years, and I really loved the sparring aspect of it. There's a lot of reasons why I love sparring, but tournaments and stuff, for 8 of those 12 years, except for one tournament, I lost sparring. I lost sparring for 8 years straight. I lost sparring. I just get my ass kicked, right? And then we went to some tournament and something changed in me and I was ready to do it and I started winning, you know. This is like after 8 years I finally started being able to win tournaments, you know, and have all these crazy strategies and all this stuff. And I finished off I did a Taekwondo style full contact tournament and I won it. You know, it wasn't very big, but I won it. And that was like, And I that's why I'm okay with, you know, working really, really hard on this YouTube channel. You know, I probably spend probably 10 to 20 hours a week on this thing, you know? And considering I make next to no money, the most I make in a month is like, if it's not Christmas, you know, it's like 50, 60, 70 bucks, you know? That does not monetarily justify what I'm doing here. And I've really been focusing on now the creativity of it, because I know I just gotta stop focusing on growing the damn thing. And I'm glad that I stopped focusing on it. Of course I'm gonna try stuff and be, if something gets viewed a lot, that's awesome. Because I still make this stuff for people to watch it, but the focus isn't, oh, Oblivion videos are doing very well, I will make more of blank Oblivion video that's doing well. Oh, you like the character builds that I'm making? It doesn't matter that I'm burned out. We have to come up with 10 more ideas and post them all by the next week, And I'm done with that. If you guys watched my last video about making YouTube homework, I have my Trello board. It's just it's a thing that kind of keeps me on track, makes sure I'm always experimenting. I come up with ideas, and then I put them on the board, and then I work on them, and I'm getting better, and I'm really excited for, I'm excited to see if I ever get to a point where I have all my time back, all my time back. Maybe I have a big enough audience to make YouTube videos. Maybe I'm going to be eventually video editing with my cousin. If her channel blows up, if I get to a point where I spend all of my, working time, the time I'm supposed to be making money for my family and so that I can live, if I spend all of that time on YouTube content, that's it, baby. It's awesome. It's going to be like, ooh, And some of you comment about, I hate to see, you deserve more subscribers, but then they go a step further and they're like, you need to do this because you need to grow because you deserve it. And I really don't think that I deserve anything. I make these videos now for so many different reasons. When I post shorts, I'm like, I post them because I'm like, I got to figure out a title for this. This is going to be challenging to post. Or a lot of my shorts, I'm like, hey guys, look, there's, Forrest getting mad at something, or me pulling off something epic. I like that way more than, growing. And I'm glad I'm doing it the way I'm doing, because if I manage to pull off exactly what I'm doing, the meta game, I'm going to make a channel where people watch me because of me. That's hard to do. That's almost impossible to do. And they're not going to watch me because I only make Oblivion videos, or only make Call of Duty, or I only do this or that or whatever. They're going to watch me for me. And that's something that, like I said, is extremely hard to pull off. And I believe that I can actually have a shot at pulling it off. That's why, I always say this at the end of the vlogs. I'm like, if you really look at the channel and what produces the most views and the most everything, it's either Oblivion builds or Call of Duty shorts. Either one of those. Or there's another one. It's my tutorials on Civilization 6, right? So if I really wanted to make money, right, all I would do is this is what I would do. I would only make vanilla Oblivion builds, right? Because, not a lot of people mod Oblivion. So I'd only make vanilla Oblivion builds, right? And I'd probably move up to Skyrim too. Get that audience transferred to Skyrim builds, because Skyrim has more viewers. I would then also post as many Call of Duty shorts as possible, right? As many possible. And it would only be with my friends, and it would only be funny things. That's all it would be. Only funny. And when I record with them, would only do funny things, Then I would make tutorials on Civilization. That's what I do. And, I don't like playing Civ 6 anymore. I'm just done with the game. I got my value out of it. Oblivion builds for vanilla Oblivion, pretty done with that. I would rather make skits of tutorials with that. That's, you know, a lot of time. If you've seen my Necromancer build video, you know what I'm talking about. I made my first real skit out of that. It was kind of cool. And the Call of Duty shorts I'm still making. So, yeah. My channel's 6 years old. I do what I want with it now. I've completely just not even cared about growth, views, money. You know, if I'm doing stuff, cool. I'm analyzing what I can do better on my YouTube channel. And that's that, you know. It's 6 years, guys. Thanks for sticking around. It's crazy. I think I'm 22 now. God, this thing's been around for over a quarter of my life, you know? And in 10 more years, we have 10 more years, I will be 32, this channel will be 16, and I will have been making content for exactly half my life. That's wild to think about, you know? So, yeah, guys, that's it. 2 years old. I'm glad I could do this in one take. I don't want to edit this. Thanks all for sticking around. I'm excited for what year 7 brings. I think this next year, I think that I'm gonna produce some pretty funny videos. I think this year I've produced some of my best work, you know? Other than, I think that Necromancer video I made was honestly some of the best videos, the best video I've ever made on my YouTube channel. By far. It's just, Anyways, but I think this year is going to be, I don't know, I think it's going to be awesome because I'm not going to be, I'm done putting myself in boxes, dude. I'm done. It's been pissing me off so much. And I think you guys are going to get to see the side of me that I've always wanted to share, and I was sharing, and then I lost it, and now I get to share it again, where, you know, I'm playing Oblivion, and all of a sudden I talk about how shitty Walmart was, or we're playing Minecraft, and I'm like, you know what? Minecraft is therapeutic for me, blah, 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 or, you know, I think you guys are going to get to see a different side of me, and it's going to take time, because I got to, you know, I'm slow with this stuff, but you guys know, if you've been around the channel long enough, you know I can be pretty damn slow at producing certain kinds of videos. So yeah, that's it. God, my hat looks dumb. There we go. I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer. Thanks for 6 years. We're going. Dogecoin to the moon. You know, let's go. I had a dream, by the way, that Dogecoin hit like fucking $2.10 and someone made a bunch of money and crashed it all. That was an actual dream I had. Yeah. I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer. I suck just as bad as you do at playing video games, making videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one.